was just a servant's son. When the prophet came and spoke, he tore his cloak 12 pieces torn, and gave me 10 beneath the oak. Thus saith the Lord, thou shalt reign, but walk in truth, not seek thy gain. I wore the crown, I raised my hand, and build a throne on sinking sand.
The crown I couldn't carry, the gold was heavy, the fear was near. I built my gods to keep them here.
Oh, I traded faith for fleeting fame, and burned the truth to guard my name. Now echoes haunt the temple there, the crown I couldn't carry there. The idol's shadow, 2 golden calves, I made them shine. Behold thy gods, O Israel, thine. The priests of men replaced the pure, the hearts of heaven I couldn't secure. The prophet cried, the altar split, my hand withered where I stood with it. I begged for healing, mercy's flame, but still I bowed to my own shame.
The broken house,
my sons are gone, my name is dust.
my name is dust.
A kingdom built on broken trust. The voice of God I heard so clear, now lost beneath the idol's cheer. If only I had bowed and known the crown was his, not mine alone. The throne I claimed became my chain, and all I built was built in vain.
The crown I couldn't carry, the gold was heavy, the fear was near. I built my gods to keep them here.
Oh, I traded faith for fleeting fame, and burned the truth to guard my name. Now heaven weeps and prophets stare at the crown I couldn't carry there. The whisper of regret, if grace could cross the chasm deep, if mercy wakes the soul from sleep, then let my fall, my cry, my plea be a warning through eternity. Ashes cling where crowns once shined. The world I knew now left behind. Children gone, the laughter stilled, yet still, oh Lord, my heart is filled.
The night has whispered, God forgot, but even now I know He has not. Though my flesh and soul decay, still my Redeemer lives today. Though He slay me, yet will I trust. My hope remains beneath the dust. For when He tries me through the
the flame, I shall come forth. He knows my name. Friends around with words like knives. They question faith, they question life. But I have seen beyond this pain. The God who wounds will heal again. I cried, where is he, through my tears? But he was closer than my fears. He spoke through thunder, fire, and sea. Job, were you there when I made these? Though he slay me, yet will I trust. I'll praise his name through ash and dust. And when my eyes at last shall see, my God, my friend, will stand for me. For I know that my Redeemer liveth, and that he shall stand at the latter day upon the earth. He bought me back. The redemption of Gomer. The market of shame. The streets were cold, the chains were tight. My name a whisper in the night. They sold my worth for silver's gleam, but mercy found me in my dream. I heard a voice beyond the crowd, a promise soft yet strong and loud. Though you have strayed, though you have torn, you're not forgotten, you're reborn.
He bought me back, he bought me back with tears and grace, washed the dust from my disgrace.
Love stood where judgment should have been. He called me home and took me in. I am no longer lost or black, for love himself, he bought me back. The bride restored. He clothed my shame in linen white. He turned my mourning into light. No wrath remained, no scar to keep, just hands that heal and eyes that weep. He said you'll dwell within my care and learn again what love can bear. Though you have wandered far and wide, my heart has never left your side.
The echo of Israel,
like Israel's heart,
that ran from truth.
I broke his love,
I broke his love.
I bruised his proof. Yet still he came, he took the blame, and whispered gently, child, I came.
He bought me back, he bought me back when I was sold. He paid the price no words can hold.
Not for my beauty, not for my name, but for his mercy all the same. Grace reached through chains the world could stack, and heaven wept. He bought me back. So if you fall, if you despair, remember love will find you there. There is no depth his hands can't track. He loves, he lives. He'll buy you back. In the hall, silken robes and shadowed eyes, a serpent voice in paradise. The prophet's cry had scorched her name, so vengeance burned a sacred flame. She smiled behind her painted lies and plotted where the truth must die. For pride will poison all it feeds, and silence prophets with deceit.
The Queen of Silence.
She danced for kings with broken hearts, and tore the truth with wicked art. The price of hate, the prophet's head, and heaven wept for what was said. The Queen of Silence, crowned in sin, lost her soul to the voice within. The price of pride. Herod trembled, bound by fear. His soul enslaved, her whisper near. The crowd cried out, bring forth his head. And innocence lay cold and dead. No trumpet sounded for her fame.
No trumpet sound her fame.
No angel sang her bitter name.
No angels echoed.
Just echoes through the halls of night,
where guilt devoured
her fading light. The weight of blood, she thought that death would still the word. But every truth of God was heard. The prophet's cry still rents the years. Repent,
repent.
Through blood and tears.
The Queen of Silence.
She danced for kings with hollow eyes. Her laughter drowned in heaven's cries. The voice she silenced spoke again in every heart, in every man. The Queen of Silence fades to dust. Her crown now rust, her pride unjust. Beware the pride that blinds your soul, the thirst for power, the need for control. For what we kill in others' flame will one day speak our own true name. Zion, bare feet on the frozen ground, a heart that never turned around, miles of dust through storm and pain, yet she walked, she spoke his name. No wagon's rest, no promised gold, just faith that burned through bitter cold, her soul declared through wind and rain. I'll reach his city in his name.
Footsteps of faith,
Footsteps of faith on sacred stone.
footsteps of faith.
The Lord will walk, you're not alone. Through chains, through fire, through silent tears, your courage echoes through the years. You carried hope where few had gone. Jane, your journey still lives on. The house of the prop, she stood at Joseph's humble door. The weary miles behind her soar. He saw her faith, her eyes so bright, a living flame in darkest night. Though walls were high and hearts were cold, she loved the truth more than gold. Her faith was steel, her voice was song. Serve the Lord my whole life long.
Footsteps of faith,
Footsteps of faith through endless sky,
footsteps of faith.
where angels weep and saints still try. You cross the veil with tears of flame, and heaven whispers now your name. Jane Manning, James, the Lord's refrain, through every soul that walks through pain.
Eternal footsteps.
And when we climb the road she knew, may faith like hers be found in you. For every heart that walks through shame will rise again because of Jane.
Footsteps of faith, footsteps of faith, footsteps of faith, footsteps of faith.
A prophet's oil, a soldier's cry. The thunder rolled across the sky. Go forth, Jehu, strike them down. The idols fall, the crown renowned. He rode like fire, the dust arose. The house of Ahab met its close. The blood ran deep through Jezreel's plain, and heaven whispered through the rain.
chosen, for every soul who fights for right. Remember, love must guide the fight, for fury fades and pride will tire. But only hearts can hold God's fire.
Jeshurun, a bright and beloved one, rise again, for my work's not done. You are carved by covenant flame, marked forever by my name. Through wandering hearts and broken days, I still call your soul to praise. When heaven calls the faithful, when heaven calls the faithful, stand. Through storm and stone, through sea and sand, though hearts may stray, my love remains. I'll write my law upon your veins. Jeshurun, my chosen friend, my mercy never finds an end. The fall and the flame.
You grew fat upon my grace, forgot the light and hid your face. Yet still I waited, slow to wrath, to guide you back along the path. You are Israel, my song of old, your story written pure as gold. Though idols claimed your fleeting years, I've gathered you through blood and tears. From Sinai's fire to Zion's call, I've watched your rise, I've seen your fall. But though you wander, child of dust, I'll keep your heart, for I am just. When heaven calls the faithful, when heaven calls, return to me. My arms outstretched eternally, no name more dear, no soul more true than Jeshurun, whom I renew. Upright one, though once you fell, my love redeems your Israel, the eternal.
desert flame and sacred sand. An old priest watched God's mighty hand. He saw the prophet stand alone, with burdens heavy, carved in stone. He said, "My son, you can't bear all. Divide the weight, obey the call. Through wisdom born of love and years, he dried the prophet's hidden tears."
Jethro, voice of heaven's calm, spoke truth that healed a leader's song. He saw the man, not just the fame, and taught that power serves his name.
Through desert winds, through faithful breath, he saved a nation from its death. He'd heard of plagues of sea made white, of Egypt's fall, of Pharaoh's pride. He came with joy, with faith anew, and offered counsel pure and true. Not with command or prophet's flame, but gentle words that bore God's name. A priest of Midian, wise and still, he taught the power of God's will. And Moses hearkened to the voice of his father-in-law, and did all that he had said.
Jethro, friend of prophets, cried, your words still echo through the sky. In every heart that seeks God's way, your wisdom lights the narrow day.
O priest of peace, O faithful guide, you taught the mighty to abide. Teach me, Lord, to lead with grace, and find in counsel thy embrace. Under David's banner, I swore my hand to guard the throne, to hold the land. Through fields of fire, through cries of men, I fought for God again and again. The trumpets call, the clash, the flame, but in the blood I carve my name. A loyal heart, a steady blade, yet mercy was the vow I betrayed.
Though draw this sword that love too fierce,
Through crown and crime, through wound and pierce, you held the truth but lost your peace.
oh, draw
Your loyalty became your grief. The king forgave, but you could not, and love for justice burned to rot. Brother's blood, a king's command. Abner fell by vengeful hand, not in war, but by my stand. I saw deceit behind his eyes, but vengeance whispered and honor dies. Then Absalom, the rebel son, the king cried, spare him, but I had none. The rope, the heart, the hollow sky, and David wept while angels cried. Oh, Job, this sword that loved to fear. Oh, Job, this sword that loved to fear. I built his empire stone by stone, yet I died beneath the one I'd sown. A soldier's pride, a scarred decree. I lost the man I swore to be. Oh, Job, this sword that loved to fear. Oh, Job. Unbending flame, your loyalty became your chain. You fought for God, yet stood alone. A heart of steel, but not of stone. The sword that loved too fierce, too long, now fades into the final song. Down your blade, the battle's done. Forgiveness shines like morning sun. The loyal heart, the restless soul, even warriors can be made whole. Hidden in the temple, the child was saved, while Ataliah's fury filled the grave. The priests anointed, the trumpets cried, behold the King, the Lord supplied. He rose with faith, a tender flame. The temple's ruin he reclaimed. He built again what sin had torn, a crown reborn.
The crown that forgot the altar.
You wore the gold but lost the glow.
You knew the
truth but let it go.
The hands once lifted to repair
Became the hands that ceased to care.
Oh Josh, how bright you burn,
Until the crown forgot to turn.
when Jehoiada slept beneath the stone. The young king stood, but not alone. The princes whispered, follow us, and holiness turned into dust. You silenced prophets, shed their tears, forgot the God who calmed your fears. And in your pride, your heart grew cold, your silver bright. But faith was sold, the Lord sees all, His eyes still burn. Oh Josh, will you not return? But stone met blood within His place, and heaven wept at Judah's waste.
The crown that forgot the altar.
You wore the crown but dropped the flame.
You built the house but lost His name.
The temple stands, the king is gone.
The light was bright, then passed on.
Oh Josh, the child of grace.
You built the walls but lost His face.
The echo of the temple, the lamp still glows where mercy dwells, and whispers softly what heaven tells. It's not how kings begin their song, but who remembers God when